Mabuhay ug Mariaw everyone, I am JV Mataverde. The next report in line with the foundations of authorities, Filipino values and valuation. Now let's dive in. Our culture is a big reflection of our great and complex history. It is influenced by most of the people we have interacted with, a blend with Malayo-Polynesian and Hispanic culture with the influence from Chinese, Indians, Arabs, and other Asian cultures that contributes to the customs and traditions of the Filipinos. Well, Filipino culture is unique compared to other Asian countries, and the beliefs that is applied every day in the life of the Filipinos reveals how rich and blessed the culture of the people have. Now let's talk about the Filipino customs and traditions. What is about the Philippines that makes it different from the rest of the countries in the world? That is a question. Well, for one thing, it is all about their culture. Well, what I have here is a list of the Filipino cultures and traditions that is still happening or applied in this generation. First is having close family ties. It is one of the outstanding cultural values that Filipinos have. The family takes care of each other and is taught to be loyal to the family and elderly by simply obeying their authorities. Isa ni siya sa mga unique traits nga makita nato sa Filipinos. For instance, in a family gathering such as Christmas, it is an evidence that Filipino value not only our cultural traditions but also the spirit of our families. Next is the bayanihan. It is the spirit of communal or effort to achieve a particular objective. For example, ang kanang pagbitbit, ang kanang pagtinabangay o pagbitbit sa bahay kubo to place it in another place or in another area. That is one of the best examples of bayanihan. Third is courtship. We Filipinos are very romantic when it comes to love affairs. And pag-serenade or ang pagharana in Tagalog is one of the most popular forms of courtship back in the day. Ang pagharana requires a man who is devoted and kanang serious ang iyang intentions towards sa babae. Well, this happens when ang lalaki or ang katong nanguyab is kanang kanta og love song sa gawas sa balay sa babae and is accompanied with the friends, male friends, where nagasupport sa iya, nagaplay lag instruments, kanta, until i-open na sa babae ang ilahang balay or ang ilahang bintana. And that is the power of courtship. Next is religion. The Filipinos is one of the two predominantly Roman Catholic nations in the Asia Pacific. Ang habit nga pag-adto sa church regularly and pag-pray reflects that Filipino people have a deep faith and belief when it comes to religion. Fifth is superstition. Sa Bisaya pa, tuo-tuo, or sa Tagalog, sabi-sabi. In the Philippines, superstitious beliefs have grown throughout the country. Ang kaning mga beliefs nagikan pa ni siya sa ato ang mga ancestors or elders that is passed down to the next generation para ma-prevent nila or ma-preventa from harm or to make a person refrain from doing something in particular. Next on our list, we have marriage and wedding customs. As what we've all known, marriage is a sacred union of a man and woman after a period of their courtship and engagement. It is a sacrament between two people who love each other and a testimony that they abide together with God. Next is society. The Philippines is a combined society both in singular and plural form. If we say singular, mao ni siya ang kaning kita as a nation or kita as one. If we say plural naman, it is the fragments of the nations nga naga-divide culturally and geographically, because as what we've all known, Philippines is a diverse country wherein naga-consist ni siya of different cultures, traditions, tribes, and many more. Next is Christmas in the Philippines. It is considered as one of the biggest holidays in the country. And fun fact, Philippines has the longest Christmas celebration. Why? Kasi pagtungtong pa lang ng start ng Burr months, which is ang September, it is marked as the first Christmas day here sa Philippines. Makakita na kag mga tao nga mga reling sa mga balay-balay, and basig asa ka mo adto sa kasulok-sulukan man sa Pilipinas, makita gyud mo sa balay-balay ang grabe ka colorful and dagsidlak-sidlak nga mga Christmas decoration. And that is a testimony that the Christmas spirit here in the Philippines is rich. Next on our list is fiestas. Every town in the Philippines kay naasire mga sarili-sarili nilang mga fiesta. It is a way to celebrate a patron saint. And this is also an evidence of the Spanish influence. Next is living with parents. Filipinos highly values the presence of family more than anything. Unlike sa United States, pag magtungtong na gani nag-18 ang ilahang mga anak, it is required for them to live alone and independently. But the Philippines is quite different. Kaya ginavalue jud nila ang family spirit. Now, since we're done talking about the Filipino customs and traditions, let's go down and tackle the characteristics of Filipino culture. You better take note. First is that Filipino are very resilient. Maskin pag-unsa na ang mga calamities and catastrophes or kanang mga kalisod sa kinabuhi, ang mga Filipinos mo stand up yun na sila ug mangita og way para makasmile. They always uphold the saying, look for the brighter side. Next is Filipinos take pride in their families. As what I have said earlier, ang Filipinos ginavalue dyan nila ang family spirit. Masking asa ka sa family tree na belong, mapa extended family man ka, or gikan man ka sa third or fourth generation, or even you are friends of friends, you are a family. Next is Filipinos are very religious. Basig asa ka muadto sa Pilipinas, kasulok-sulukan man na, makakita ka og mga crosses, makakita ka og mga tao nga kanang nagasimba regularly. Naapagan ni uban magsimba og twice or multiple times a week. And also, maskin pag unsa kalisod sa kinabuhi, ang mga Filipinos dili na sila makalimot og pray because they are very devoted and very faithful. Next is Filipinos are very respectful. Ang pag-bless or ang pagmano po or even ang pag-use og po and opo is a sign of respect here in the Philippines. Next is Filipinos help one another. Maskin pag stranger ka or neighbor ka, ang mga Filipinos dili gyud na sila makalimot nimo. Tabangan ug tabangan yug ka kung nagkalisod ka. And that is one of the values na gina-uphold sa mga Filipinos, ang pagiging helpful. Next is that Filipinos value tradition and culture. Many of the Filipinos set aside one day or days rather para i-celebrate ang mga traditions and culture nga ilahang gina-preserve. And ilahan ni ma-perform during occasions like Christmas, birthdays, or even weddings and death, funeral. Next is Filipinos have the longest Christmas celebration. As what I have said earlier, the fun fact, is that Filipinos have the longest Christmas celebration. Kay pagtungtong pa lang gani na og September, that is marked as the first day of Christmas here in the Philippines. Mapaasa man kamo adto makakita gyud kag mga tao nga mangaraling, and also mga balay-balay nga nagsidlak-sidlak kay tungod sa mga Christmas decorations. And that is a testament of how rich the Christmas spirit here in the Philippines. Next is Filipinos love art and architecture. Ang mga Filipinos, they express themselves in art or even architecture. The capacity of their creative thinking skills is super high. Yes. Makakita ka everywhere here in the Philippines sa product sa mga Filipinos. Like for example, ang Abaka clothing or even ang kanang mga dagkong buildings nga naa karon diri sa Pilipinas. That is a product of the Filipinos. And lastly, the Filipinos are hospitable people, and this is very common. Every na ay mga foreign tourist nga mag-visit here sa Philippines, mag-leave gyud na sila og review nga nagaingon that Filipinos are very hospitable, very welcoming, and also kanang gaan lang ang ilahang atmosphere, ang ilahang presence. And that is one of the values nga gina-uphold sa mga Filipinos. Since we're done talking about the Filipino customs and traditions and also its characteristics, now let's go down to the intricate beauty of Filipino family values. First on our list is paggalang or respect. One of the sign of respect that is performed still today is using respectful terms like po, opo, or ho in addressing something in particular, and also using kuya or ate in calling your elderlies. It is showing honor to your elders and authority figures in speech and actions. Second is pakikisama. It is getting along or helping others. As what we've all known, Filipinos are very helpful and very cooperative when it comes to group works. Adjusting to others, maintaining good relationships, and cooperating in group settings is a way of fostering a good relationship towards one another. Working together peacefully to maintain a harmony with the peers and relatives, and that is pakikisama. Next is utang na loob or debt of gratitude. It is an innate feeling wherein you felt a sense of obligation to return a favor or kindness shown by someone. Mind you, this is innate, voluntarily, meaning you are not forced. So that is utang na loob. Fourth is pagpapahalaga sa pamilya or prioritizing family. Putting your family needs, basic survival, and future security ahead of personal desire. It is making personal sacrifices. One of the best examples ani kay ang mga OFW nato nga mga kababayan. They work abroad just to provide something for their family, and they are disregarding their personal desires and wants kay para lang ma-prioritize and ma-secure ang ilahang family needs for basic survival. Next is hiya. It is shame or a sense of propriety. It is a strong sense of social dignity that guides conduct to avoid bringing dishonor to the family. It encourages proper behavior out of respect for family reputation. Like for example, doing something good and that is acceptable to a community or to a group of people para dili ka maka-feel og hiya or shame, kaulaw. Sixth is damayan system. As what I have discussed earlier, Filipinos are very helpful. They help through a lot of ways like offering monetary, physical, or emotional support to the families during times of death of crisis. Di nag-iisa ang mga Pinoy. We have each other. Mapaunsa man na ang imuhang kaagi sa imong kinabuhi, mapalisod man or mapalipay na ang mga Filipinos magtinabangay permi. Next is compassionate. Yes, Filipinos are indeed compassionate because they are helpful and also hindi tayo nag-iisa. We helped each other. It is showing deep sympathy to people in need or strangers. For instance, naay nang limos sa imuha, nya imuhang gitagaan. That is kindness. That is a sign that you are compassionate. Lastly is fun-loving traits. It is one of the values nga kanang makita gini mo sa mga Filipino individuals. It is finding reasons to be cheerful and celebrate even in the middle of severe struggles. It is like looking for a positive outlook on life that brings joy during tough situations. So mapaunsa man na ang mga kaagi sa Filipinos, mangitag yun na sila og rason para lang makasmile and being positive all the times. Since we're done talking about the family values, now let's talk about the social values of the Filipinos. First social value is high regard for amor propio or self-esteem. Self-esteem reflects an individual's overall subjective emotional evaluation for their own worth. Filipinos are sensitive to attacks on their own self-esteem and cultivate also a sensitivity to the self-esteem of others as well. Anything nga ka na makasakit sa self-esteem should be avoided or else one risks terminating the relationship. So, mo ni siya ang pag-protect sa personal dignity and pride while carefully avoiding offending others to keep peace. Next is smooth interpersonal relationships or SIR. An interpersonal relationship is the nature of interaction that occurs between two or more people. Like for example, getting along with others effortlessly to avoid open conflict and preserve group harmony. That is smooth interpersonal relationships because everything comes from yourself. Third is personal alliance system. This scheme is anchored to kinship, beginning with the nuclear family. A Filipino loyalty goes first to the immediate family. Identity is deeply embedded in the web of kinship. It is building trust, support, and loyalty within the family and close relative networks. So it talks about the relationship between your family. Fourth is the compadre system. The compadre system is a bonds of ritual kinship. It is sealed on any three ceremonial occasions. For example, baptism, confirmation, and marriage. It intensifies and extends personal alliances. Like for example, ang pag-invite og close friends to become the godparents or ninang ug ninong sa imong mga anak. That is an example of the compadre system. Next is utang na loob. I have explained this earlier. Again, utang na loob is a deep, lifelong gratitude to someone who performed crucial favor for help. And it is your sense of obligation to return that favor. And also this is an innate feeling, meaning voluntarily and you are not forced. Sixth is suki relationship. In the commercial context, suki relationships or market exchange partnerships may develop between two people who agree to become regular customer and supplier. This is very common para sa atua. It is like a trust-based partnership between a buyer and seller where both gain advantages like giving discounts or steady sales. Next is friendship. Friendship is often placed at the most central of Filipino relationships. Friends are like your families. They are valued as like biological family members. Now let's dive into the next topic, which is the weaknesses of the Filipino characters. First, passivity and lack of initiative. Mostly sa mga Filipinos kay ginadawat lang nila kay kung unsa ang mahitabo without any response or resistance sa panghitabo. Even bad situations, ilaharan ng ginapasagdaan without trying to fix or change them. Next is colonial mentality. Colonial mentality more strictly refers to the attitude of the Filipinos that kanang makafeel gani sila nga ang products nga gikan sa laing bansa kay more superior than our local products. It is believing that foreign products, fashion, and culture are naturally better than our own. Third is kanya-kanya syndrome. Most of the Filipinos have a selfish, self-serving attitude that generates a feeling of envy and competitiveness towards other, particularly sa imong mga peers. This is referring to crab mentality. What is crab mentality? Crab mentality, di ba mapansin ninyo if ang crab ibutang nato siya sa balde, and if naay isa ka crab mo try og saka gina-pull down siya sa uban. That is crab mentality. It is like if we go down together. Pulling down people who are succeeding out of jealousy instead of cheering them. And that is one of the weaknesses of Filipino individuals. Fourth is extreme personalism. Filipinos view the world in terms of personal relationships. Walay separation between an objective task and emotional involvement. Like taking things personally instead of remaining objective or professional. Ginadibdib ang mga butang. Fifth is extreme family-centeredness. Excessive concern for the family creates an in-group to which Filipino is fiercely loyal to the detriment of concern for the larger community or for the common good. Like, gina-favor ni mo ay muhang family even when it leads to nepotism or ignored or fifth is extreme family-centeredness. It is an excessive concern for the family nga naga-create og in-group which ang mga Filipino is fiercely loyal sa ilang mga families. It is like gina-favor ni imong family members even when it leads to nepotism or ignoring a broader societal needs. It is like prioritizing your family first before others, even if it leads to nepotism or even if it leads to bad reviews. Next is lack of discipline. The explanation is within the word itself. Ang best examples of lack of discipline or self-discipline is procrastination, and I'm guilty for this one. It is one of the reason nga nagalaka og self-discipline. Nagalaka og willpower, motivation, og ambition nga naga-cause of set-asiding them and decided nga buhaton na sila later. You are struggling with the time management, consistency, and delay of gratification. Next is lack of self-analysis and reflection. Na ay tendency nga mga Filipinos kay very superficial sila and even somewhat flightly. Kanang ato lang kung gina-joke ang pinaka-serious matters and ato ang gina-prevent ang pagtanaw sa kanang root causes ato nga problema. It is like using humor, para ma-dodge or maiwasan nimo ang mga serious problems instead of examining the root causes. Next is ningaskugon. It is a Filipino attitude of being enthusiastic only during the start of a new undertaking but ends dismally in accomplishing nothing. It is like being happy, being excited kapag sugod pa lang sa isa ka pang hitabo. Pero if pagkahuman na tapos wala kay na-accomplish, mawala ang imuhang spark. Mawalan kag motivation. Mawala na ang imuhang kalipay. Like for example, nagabuhat ka og task and you started with high energy. Pero nawalan kag interest after knowing one thing nga dili day mag-succeed or naay mga hindrances along the way. And lastly is the gaya-gaya attitude. This is very common. It is a Filipino attitude of imitating or copying other culture, specifically in mode of dressing, in language, in fashion, in trend, or even in haircut. It is copying styles, trends, or choices directly from others without original personal flair. It is like having no originality at all. I mean, like, it is not bad, but it also good nga kanang to have something nga nagikan sa imuha. And that's all. Once again, mabuhay ang Mariel. Thank you so much for listening.